What's up everybody, Donovan Wagner here, and I wanted to throw together a lens review video for the Samyang 35mm F1.4 autofocus lens for Sony. I've recently purchased their lineup of primes such as the 35, 50, and 85mm all F1.4, and I was really excited about these lenses, so I want to share some thoughts with you guys, and let's get into it. So I wanted to break this down into a few simple categories for everybody, and those are build quality, image quality, autofocus performance, and price. So in the past, I've been used to using the Sigma Art series for the most part, as well as Tamron's G2 lenses, as well as some Sony native lenses. So I thought these were very exciting because they're a native E-mount lens with great autofocus capacity and a nice wide aperture. So already on the paper, it has a lot going for it. So here's what I found with these lenses in those categories. So the first thing I noticed when I got into the box was its build quality. So these lenses are very well put together. They remind me so much of when Sigma Art first came out and these all metal body lenses started being released by other companies. It's a nice touch and feel to it. The focus ring is very smooth, nice long throw, and the overall build quality, I have to say, is a 9 out of 10. These are beautiful, beautiful lenses. The only reason I did not give it a 10 out of 10 is because I know it's super small and it's not a big deal, but the lens cap itself on the front just feels a little cheap, and they could definitely use some improvement in that area. So I think image quality is by far the most important when you're out there looking for lenses, and the image quality on this blew me away. I mean, I came from Sigma Art, which has high ranked sharpness and great colors, but the Samyang blew my mind actually when I started testing this out. So the image quality out of this is superb, especially in the center of the frame. I'm shooting on the Sony A7R Mark III, and I can't tell a difference between any of the other lenses I've put this up against. It's beautiful, it can handle the high megapixel, so overall image quality, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 as well. As far as autofocus performance goes, I've heard some mixed reviews on autofocusing with these lenses, and the 35mm lens does an exceptional job. So for still photography, this thing is way more capable than I'll ever need it to be, and the IAF works great. Everything as far as continuous and single autofocus, they all work really well, just the way the camera wants them to work. As far as noise, I can't really tell. There's no noise that I can hear with the autofocus. I mean, I'm used to, again, Sigma Art lenses on a Sigma MC11 adapter, because they were in Canon EF mount, and I was always used to hearing that little ticking every time it would autofocus from near to far. But this lens does not have that issue. I know the Samyang 50mm does have a little bit more autofocus noise, but the 35mm does not. So they've done a great job with this lens. Now, autofocusing in video can be a little bit different, and as long as you set up your settings properly, I found that if I had the settings too fast and responsive on the Sony system, it tends to hunt a little bit more than I would like it to, and it's just trying to overanalyze, I feel, and it's always searching and hunting, which can be a little bit annoying. But right now I have it on normal for responsiveness and also slow for speed. So this setting here tends to work a lot nicer, a lot smoother, and I mean, I brought this out last night on the gimbal and did some following tracking shots, and it did an excellent job. So overall, if you set up your camera properly, I think this is a very capable lens for photo and video as far as autofocus goes. So again, I would like to rate the autofocus performance about an 8 out of 10. Now, let's talk the money. Most importantly, a lot of people have to stick within budgets, and unfortunately not everybody can afford G-Master or top-of-the-line native lenses. So the fact that we have all these options nowadays with third-party lenses that are super good quality is amazing. So the price definitely has to be a 10 out of 10 selling point for me. I picked up the lens for just over $700 Canadian, and I'm going to give you guys all these prices in Canadian dollar because that's where I'm from. So we have the disadvantage there compared to the US dollar for sure. So if you're looking at competitors such as the Sony Distagon 35mm F1.4, you're going to have to pay just over $2,000 Canadian for that lens. And then I guess if you're looking into third-party lenses such as the Sigma Art F1.4, that again is $1,200 Canadian. So the $700 lens for the performance it packs is just unreal. It's a no-brainer for me. I would highly recommend this Samyang over many of those other lenses. So that's just my opinion, guys, and I hope this helps you guys if you guys are in the market for a new fast 35mm prime. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have had similar or different experiences with this lens. I would love to hear from you guys, and thanks for watching.